Hey there guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video we are going to be doing a few things in today's video actually. And if we just go into the hangar here, I did make a to-do list here if we go into the hangar right here. So as you can see on the to-do list here, the first thing I want to do is build a small base. And then I want to put two H2O2 generators on there to generate hydrogen for the Enterprise. And then of course I want to build a connector on the base so I can connect the Enterprise to the base. And then I want to go and collect more gold so we can then finish the jump drive. And then hopefully in the next video we can go and explore more out in space, or even maybe go to Mars. I don't know yet. Let's see how this video goes first. So first thing I want to do here is probably build out a little bit of a base area. And I was thinking about just putting it like right beside the Enterprise over here, just somewhere over here. And it's not going to be anything too special. It's just going to have a couple H2O2 generators and wind turbines on it. Just because I don't want to stay on the Earth-like planet for too long, so it's not going to be like anything special, like I said. So if we just go to here, build out a bit of a base. I don't know, like right here seems like a nice flat area. So if we just go to here, build it out a little bit, kind of like that. So kind of something like this here, guys. I think this actually looks pretty good here. And so if we just get not the basic refinery, the H2O2 generator. So if we just go into the menu here, grab the H2O2 generator, and we'd only need like a few, just kind of like that. And then a cargo container actually. Maybe a couple cargo containers, hold some ice as we collect. And it requires interior plates. Tell you what guys, I'll cut back to when I have everything kind of outlined of what I want the base to look like. Alrighty here, as you can see I did build up kind of an outline here of what I want the base to look like. And like I said guys, it is temporary, it isn't going to be here long. Or rather I should say we're not going to be here long. I came here to refuel on hydrogen and build up the rest of the jump drive there. And yeah, I do think I do have enough materials here to build it all up here. It shouldn't take too long. Tell you what guys, I'll cut back to when all of this is welded. I'm not going to weld the bottom part here, I'm going to weld everything else though. So I'll cut back to when everything is welded. Alrighty here, so I just welded everything up here. And as you can see, the kind of design I went for. And like with all things on this series, I build everything to be purely functional and not aesthetically pleasing. Kind of like what I did here. It'll serve its purpose well. It doesn't need to look good. So as you can see here guys, I have a small connector here for the Enterprise shuttle and then the big connector here for the Enterprise itself. And now we're going to have to power this, and actually since we're on the Earth-like planet, I think we can add a few turbines, which will really help our power situation as we don't need to use up hydrogen, and it also runs 24 hours. You don't need to wait on the sun being out or whatever, which is great. So I think I am going to do that here. So just give me a minute here guys while I build out a few wind turbines. Alrighty here, so built up a few, or didn't build it up, but I placed down a few wind turbines here. And I think if these generate, say, 400 to 500 kilowatts each, it should be enough to power the two H2O2 generators. And if it still isn't enough, we can borrow power from the Enterprise, as there is a small nuclear reactor on it, so I don't think power is going to be too much an issue. So yeah, that's kind of the plan I was thinking. And you know what, guys? I'll get back to you when I'm finished welding up the wind turbines. Alrighty here, so just built up the two wind turbines here. That didn't take too long. And so now if we actually go into the thing here, you can see the base is all powered up now, which is really good here. But if we go into the control panel here and go into the wind turbines, you can see they're producing about 362 or 71 kilowatts here, which I think if we go to the O2H2, it isn't going to be quite enough. But like I said, if we park the Enterprise, then it'll definitely be enough as it has a nuclear reactor on it. So I think that is the other thing I am going to do now, is hook up the Enterprise and actually see if this connector is high enough or not. I might have to move it up a couple more blocks here, but I don't know. So let's see here. If we just go into the Enterprise and disconnect here and then slowly lift up here. Go into the third person view here. So now we are fully off the ground. And the connector is on the right side of the ship, which means we are going to have to totally rotate this thing 180 degrees here. And so now, just like that, guys, we are now hooked up to the base, just like that. And so now, if we go into the base here, we can see that we are now all hooked up. We're all hooked up nicely here. So now I think the next thing that I want to do here, if we go to the to-do list that I put in the hangar here. Yeah, so the next thing I do want to do here is collect, I know it says collect more gold, which I do want to do. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is collect some more ice. Or snow, I should say. It is a bit of a longer process collecting ice from snow here. But still, you collect ice and whatever. So I think I'm going to do that for the next few minutes here, guys. Just so I can get some hydrogen going for the Enterprise. And yeah, and you know what, guys, actually, I think I'm going to make a time lapse of me collecting all the snow and stuff. Just so you can see how, like, I'm doing that process if you guys care. So yeah, you know what? Enjoy this time lapse of me collecting a bunch of snow for the O2H2 generators that are going to fill up the Enterprise full of hydrogen. Alrighty here, so I did collect a bit of ice, as you guys can see right here. I did collect a bit. Most of it's already been refined though. If you looked in the time lapse, by the time in between trips, most of it's already been refined. And if we go and sit in the control seat of the Enterprise here, we can see we are slowly filling up here. So I'm not sure if this is going to be enough to fill it up though. Or actually, I know it isn't going to be enough to fill it up. I might have to do that off camera if I really wanted to get it done there. And so going to the to-do list here, the other thing I did want to get done is I did want to collect more gold. And now, as you can see, guys, I do actually have a marker for a gold ore vein, but I do believe that that has been drained out, or drained. I do believe I mined it all out. I'm not sure though. I am going to go back with the miner and just double check on that. And if it is mostly mined out, then I am going to have to go looking for another ore vein here. But anyways, guys, I'll go back to the gold marker there and see if there's any left there. So I'll cut back to when I get there. Alright, guys, so I did find the gold deposit here. And if we go down here, we can see if there is more. And it does look like there is a little bit more here. So I am going to try and get as much of this as possible here before I go looking for another deposit. Also, there is a bunch of cobalt here, but I don't think I am going to need any. I have about 9,000 cobalt ingots, which is a ton of cobalt. So I don't think I'm going to need any of that anytime soon here. So if we just go down the hole here, we can slowly and carefully refine, or sorry, not refine, mine up some gold here. So yeah, you know what, guys? I'll actually cut back to when I have some of the gold here. Alright, guys, so I did collect some gold here, but the problem is now is I am too heavy to... Oh, wait, hold on here a second. Oh, I can lift up here. Oh, just a second ago it was saying I was too heavy to actually lift up. But it looks like I can lift up now. So tell you what, guys, I will see you back at base with all the gold. And actually, real quickly, I did collect about 30,000 gold here, 31,000 gold ore here, which will be refined into gold ingots, of course. Will that be enough gold, though? I hope so. We'll find out shortly here as soon as we get back to base. Alright guys, just connected back at base here. And so if we go into the control panel, or not the control panel, the inventory here, we can just go in down to the refinery and just make sure that it's refining everything properly here. Yeah, so it's refining all the gold ingots here. Looks like we have some uranium we can put in the reactor. So that's a lot of uranium there too. Hopefully we don't need any of that anytime soon. And if we just go back up here, looks like we already have 200. Add that on top of our already existing 200. We already have 500 out of. How much do we need to actually build the jump drive? It says here that we need about 700 here. And actually, I did build up some of the jump drive, like I said. So if we actually go to here, we might even need less than that, as I already have... Oh no, never mind guys, we are going to need all of that 700 gold. Looks like it here, so... I think we actually have enough gold, guys. I am pretty confident we have enough gold. So I think it's just pretty much a waiting game now. And so you know what, actually, while I'm waiting here for the gold, I am going to go out and get some more ice. And you know what, guys, I'm actually going to cut back to when either I am done collecting ice or when the gold is done refining here. So yeah, I'll cut back to when either of those happen. Alright guys, the refinery has now just finished refining not all the gold, but enough to complete the jump drive here. So now we have 776 gold, which is enough gold to complete the jump drive. So actually, if we just go behind here, add this to build planner like that, I think. And then go to the cargo container, shift middle mouse, and then all components are successfully put into production. And so now we can build up the rest of the jump drive now, which is great. Great news there. That is a lot of stuff. 120? Really? It takes that many power cells? Huh, I guess it does. That's interesting. Didn't know that. There's a lot of materials though, either way. Alright guys, so you know what? This is going to take quite, like, forever to refine all the jump drive components. So I think what I'm going to do is just continue to mine ice and refine it into hydrogen. And actually, just real quickly, what's the updated... What is our hydrogen looking like? 47%, that's not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, guys, I think the plan for right now is I'm gonna cut back to when I have everything assembled up here. I think that's a pretty good plan here because it's gonna take forever to assemble everything. So I am gonna go back and forth with the miner here, collecting ice and stuff, just making sure we have enough materials for everything in the meanwhile. So yeah, I'll cut back to when everything is done. Alright guys, big moment here, big moment. We are about to fully build the jump drive here. And there we go, fully built the jump drive. Now it's going to recharge, which is going to take a second here. But you know what? I am proud of myself for building that. I feel like that's a great achievement, building the jump drive there. And in the meantime, while I was waiting for those components to be crafted, I was collecting a bunch of ice to make hydrogen here. So let's see how much hydrogen I made. So yeah, I'm about over halfway full now. And as you can see there, we're using up a ton of power charging the jump drive here. But I think that is about to be expected. I wonder if I turned on the hydrogen engines, if that would make a difference. Oh, that made a huge difference. Look at that. How interesting. I am going to leave those off though, because that's less hydrogen that I'm using up. And you know what, guys? I think I am going to end it here. Just because it has been kind of a longer episode. At least I think, in my opinion. I'm not really sure how long it's going to be after editing. But whatever, I feel like it's been long enough here. And next episode, I am going to go and travel to space. And maybe to Mars. We'll see about that though. And yeah, thank you for watching my video, guys. If you could please like and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. And yeah, thank you for watching my video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.